My dad, Ricardo, was from Guadalajara, Mexico, and he immigrated here when he was about 17, 18. And my mom, Virginia, her dad is from Zacatecas, Mexico.
Patricia Hernandez has been tirelessly caring for her parents for nearly 2 decades, a journey that has taken a toll emotionally.
So having two parents diagnosed with dementia is devastating. And they were not diagnosed at the same time. My mom's diagnosis came first.
The family had no history of Alzheimer's. Patricia initially thought her mother's symptoms were a natural part of aging.
I knew she was losing her memory, but I didn't know that eventually I'd find out it was an official diagnosis for dementia. About 5 years later, my dad's diagnosis came.
Her father died in 2021 from Alzheimer's complications.
My dad, his Alzheimer's progressed faster than my mom's. And so she's digressed in her abilities very slowly. Friends and family were telling me, I can't believe you have two parents that with dementia at the same time.
The number of people living with Alzheimer's and related dementias in San Diego County is set to surpass 115,000 in the next 6 years. New drugs showing promise in slowing its progression offer hope. But will those most at risk have fair access to this new medication?
And look at your sons.
Yeah, those are my two sons.
Yep.
What happened to them? They don't look that great.
By the time Patricia's parents were diagnosed, they were already having hallucinations. The disease progress was considered moderate to severe, making the FDA approval of Leqembi bittersweet.
Yeah, that's very wonderful to hear, and I'm very happy for the people that would benefit for that. But unfortunately, it's bitter because my parents wouldn't benefit from it.
Latinos and Blacks tend to be diagnosed at later stages, automatically excluding them from the use of Leqembi. The drug was designed and approved to treat early-stage Alzheimer's. Patricia's concerned about accessibility and affordability of the medication, especially for Latinos, who are 1.5 times more likely to develop Alzheimer's than whites. Experts say that health conditions like heart disease and diabetes, which are more prevalent among Black and Latino populations, are known risk factors.
Latinos, a lot of them are just recent immigrants that haven't been able to attain as much wealth as people that have had many generations living here. I don't think my family would have had access to that amount of funds to get that medication.
Medicare is crucial for patients hoping to afford Leqembi, which is priced at $26,500 a year, especially for Blacks and Latinos in San Diego. As many as 37% are reported to live on incomes of about $28,000 a year or less. Even though Medicare is picking up the majority of the bill, many patients will still have to pay more than $5,000 annually in out-of-pocket costs. Nelly Hernandez, clinical care coach at Alzheimer's San Diego, says that's still too expensive.
Their budget is going to cover food, expenses, care, transportation, other needs first before having to make that expense. So
Hector Gonzalez is a professor of neurosciences at UCSD. He's leading the nation's largest study on Latino brain aging. He says cost isn't the only barrier.
Invariably, we see people of Latino heritage, in particular people of Mexican heritage, really have limited access to health care. And in order to get into one of these trials, you need a medical diagnosis saying, yes, this person does look like a true Alzheimer's case.
Research shows people with lower incomes or limited English skills have unequal access to diagnostic testing. Gonzalez says education is the key to early detection.
We need to look at our health care systems and say, are we serving those communities? Are we doing the education to let people know this may help you or not?
And Gonzalez says there's another cost to Leqembi.
What we see amongst Latinos, the vascular type of dementia seems to be most prevalent.
Research suggests that because Blacks and Latinos have a higher rate of vascular dementia, the drug won't be as effective for them. Patricia isn't sure if her parents were diagnosed with that type, but she would have appreciated having more time to spend with them.
But yeah, I certainly would have tried everything to find the money, even to the point where it may have bankrupted us to get that medication, because it's hope. Everyone should have access to hope.
These days, Virginia continues to have some mobility. Most afternoons, you'll find her on the porch, dancing in her chair, wearing red cat-eye sunglasses and lipstick to match.
So one of the main things I always loved about my mom was her sense of humor, and that she was always happy and always loved music.
Patricia uses music to keep her mom motivated and active, and to hold on to something she always loved.
And I'm so blessed that during her progression with Alzheimer's, that hasn't been lost.
Heidi DeMarco, KPBS News.